Hi all, welcome back to some more Europa Universalis Price of Power. This is Ambitious Margrave solo scenario, and this is my part 68. Yeah, 68. Did I talk about possibly getting to maybe just 70? I think it's going to be far more than that, isn't it? Hopefully we'll keep it under 100. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be under 100, but no, you never know, actually. Okay, so we left things last night. I didn't get back in the end. I was tempted, actually, but yeah, and I feel much fresher today as well, actually, so I feel ready to go, to be honest. Last night I was a bit weary, and it can sometimes get to you a bit, depending on your mood and whatever. So, and then, of course, I wasn't sure about the situation here. Now, I had a little look in the rulebooks. One thing I noticed was... I should have kept that page open. When it talks about MC... Oh, there we go. Actually, was it that bit? Or was it... No, it was the NPR bit. Hang on. Oh, I'm at that bit then. Hang on. Basically, what it said was the NPR units would supply their military capacity. I don't know if it's there or in military capacity. Once per turn. So that got me thinking that how we're thinking about this is maybe right. That there is still, it's not been taken over yet. So it did contribute its 1 strength to the war here in Genova. And Genova obviously contributed its 2 strength. So we had 3 strength battle in there. Now, what I think is... Now, I've just posted the question, just asking. I do feel like this maybe is explained in the rules. I just can't seem to find it. And to be honest, I feel like I'm looking in the right areas, though, as well. So we've concluded the battle there against Genova. Next turn, they're in an area... Their army's in an area that can siege. No, it's not. Sorry, we've done the siege, haven't we? Yeah, sorry, we're past that bit. Yeah, and that's why I left it there, because what is next? Well, my take on it was that this is going to need another military action to move its army across to here, because it's still at war here. But it's going to need a military action to do it. It's going to come across there. It's then going to trigger a land battle in there, and although that used its 1 unit over there, this is a different turn. So I think when this comes across there, this is a land battle is going to kick off again with just 1 strength this time, because remember, Genova is now being occupied. It can't give off the 2. So I think that'll come across there. The land battle of 1. They'll then win the battle there. They'll then siege that province there, and then that's a war over. Now, we know there's that other province that's away across, but that's on the other map. So my take on all that is that we just ignore that. I mean, that's how I would think of that. Am I getting summoned there? No, don't think so. So I do have a question. It's a bit lengthy out there. So I think I'm going to go... Is it France turn next? No, it's Austria, and they're going to take the event. So that should give some time to maybe get a reply to this, maybe. And if not, that's going to be my take on it. Yeah, that's the only sort of way I can think about how it should work. I'm hoping that the fact I put up that I can't really sort of find that in the rules, I'm kind of hoping somebody might point me to a bit, if there is a bit there that makes it stand out quite clear. But I like when folk do that, when they reply with answers and they quote you a rules reference. It's always nice, because then it's in the rulebook, isn't it? So whatever they're saying must be true. Not that I disbelieve any replies that I've had. I would clearly believe if, in particular, Mix answers a lot of the stuff and whatever. Although there has been some, a little bit dispute, a little bit difference between some of the things. These are the ones that when you get that, you're looking for the designer to step in and say, right, it should be that way. Or, maybe in future we'll clear that up with a wee comment here, or a wee alteration of the rules there, here and there. Okay, right, so, well, let's just push on and do Austria then. So, right, well, their bot power is less than what they've got left. They've got 8 spent and they've only got 6 available. So, they're not under attack by enemies or rebels. Armies on the map can't siege, no. Right, so spent bot power is greater than what left. At war, no they're not. Have they picked the event? No they haven't, so go to event. Right, so across to event and roll, and they've got, no, it's France that's got their event on board, so it's possible Austria might mess with that though. So let's roll and see. You get a 1, so I think that's just going to be leftmost, isn't it? Which is not the France one. So pick leftmost event, gain 1 bot power if ducats are on. Well, this is the first pool of an event, so there's no ducats on it. Is its opponent's event? It won't be. Resolve option A, but we'll have a look at the bot suggestion file. There is secondary effects to resolve, so we'll then go there. He does not have, at the moment, he's only sitting with 6 bot power, so I can't see the event creating 4 bot power from, so it's probably just going to be in turn after that. So let's get the event across, and then we'll see the next event. So I've took the event away, we'll look at that in a sec. These two get 2 ducats, and we get to see what this is. Oh, it's our one. So we're getting the early again. If Brandenburg/Prussia has a claim or 2+ influence in Prussia, they may offer 5 ducats to buy 1 province in Prussia from a realm they are at peace with. To buy 1 province in Prussia from a realm they are at peace with. Oh, okay, right, yeah. So a realm and a province in Prussia. Right, well, none of that's going to be doable. We've got Prussia taken over now. I suppose Prussia's a bigger area, isn't it? If the other map was involved here, this would be a more relevant sort of situation. We've seen that everything done in Prussia, we've kind of dealt with it. But an NPR will accept the offer. Any player rejecting this offer loses 1 and 1, 1 diplomatic power, 1 unrest. If accepted, Brandenburg/Prussia gains 2 prestige and 1 military power. Sorry, that's not unrest, is it? It's military power. Isn't it? Yeah, unrest's a different symbol. Right. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up there. The parties enter a truce, and the seller may gain an alliance with Brandenburg/Prussia. Right, I don't think that's going to do anything, is it? Ruler's good. Good general as well. Friedrich Wilhelm, maybe the first. I think these were actual rulers, weren't they? The dates down there just underneath as well. So I think these were historical rulers of the time. So yeah, I don't think the card does anything. I don't think the card's going to do anything, but the ruler is good, and the fact that we are going to. Are we losing? Oh, right. That's no. So the only damage to be done this round is going to be to triangle, which is going to take out our diplomatic advisor. However, a ruler does have 1 hit on him, so 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 1 point bigger as well. I mean, the total of the ruler we've got is 7. The total of that is 8, and it's a nice spread actually. So probably would like him. So either if France play, well, hang on here. No, France are more than likely going to be playing their own card. So we'll need to walk. Mind you, we're not going to have administrative power left over at the end of this round. So that could force us to take that. Right. Anyway, if we want the ruler. But I don't think any of the text there is going to do anything. I might be wrong if I read it more carefully. Right, but here is the event that Austria are going to play. So Royal Letter of Bohemia. It's got an A and a B. Now the event flowchart tells us to play A. But we're going to go and look at the event suggestion. What does it say? Defenestration of Prague? Defenestration. I don't think I've seen that word before. I told you, I'm not very smart. Add a Protestant token, 3 rebels, and unrest to all towns in Bohemia. Okay, there's nothing in Bohemia. There's an alliance. Austria have an alliance in there and a couple of influence. So add a Protestant token, 3 rebels, and unrest to all towns in Bohemia. Well, there'll be no unrest placed. The Emperor gains a claim in a Protestant HRE area and may appoint any general from the discards for free. Oh, that's nice. Obviously, it's not any good to the bottle. You gain 1 military power and add an alliance with an MPR in the HRE with the same faith as you. Or B as confirmed religious freedom. The Emperor loses 2 prestige and 1 imperial authority. But that's one to pick A. Right, let's go and see what the bot suggestion file says. If it's simple enough, I'll just come across and say what it does. If it's not, I'll bring my tablet across. So what is it? Card 353B. Right, give me a sec. Well, it's a rather brief sort of suggestion here. It says, if he picks the event, the Emperor gains 1 IA, Imperial Authority, I'm assuming that stands for. And if he doesn't pick the event, he loses 1 Imperial Authority. That's all it says, and it is in bold. That seems like we're missing an awful lot out there, doesn't it? I mean, add a Protestant token, 3 rebels and unrest to all towns in Bohemia? We don't do any of that then? I mean, it is an action that's in bold. As if it replaces everything that's said here. I think I know they are trying to simplify these, but that seems like it's missing an awful lot out. I was quite keen on the fact the rebels going in. Well, and a Protestant token, because we were Protestant. Protestant token and 3 rebels going in. I mean, okay, no unrest going to go in. Emperor gains a claim in a Protestant HRE and may appoint any. I mean, okay, that point in general, he can't do that. So he's got to gain something that. Not that, but. You gain 1 military power, we'd gain that. I mean, he could gain an alliance as well, but with somebody with the same faith. But this feels like none of that's going to apply. All he's going to do is gain 1 imperial authority, which is good for him, but. It just leaves me a bit like, is that the intention? Just to be doing that and none of the rest of the card? I mean, if it was simple as the B, I mean, B says that he loses 2 prestige and 1 imperial authority. Well, even if, according to the bot suggestion file, if another player played this, he wouldn't even lose that 2. He would just lose the 1 authority. Yeah, and it definitely says that the bold if it's in bold text, it replaces everything, I think. Yeah, it just says that the text replaces the event modified and... just replaces the text modified and... Oh, I can't mind the wording, but it replaces it. So none of that applies. Just feels a little bit of a shame. But I think I've said that before with these. It does keep them more simple. Okay, well, that's how we started to play it. So, well, we've got these to do as well. So we'll just go with that. So it was the Emperor is the one that has played this. So he's going to gain an imperial authority. I mean, it gives him 1 bot power and 1 extra man power and 1 extra imperial influence come the time. But I'll just put that down here, off the table here, because that won't get applied until that phase again, innit? So, okay, yeah, just leaves. Oh, hang on. Right, sorry, somebody at the door. Okay, so we had finished that. We gave them an imperial authority, removed that cube. I don't know. I think I was just going on to these, wasn't I? Or was I maybe still ranting about the fact that none of this was kind of applying, but I don't know. It felt like it was suggested that it was a better way to play it with a bot suggestion file. I guess some cards are going to come about that are just awkward to deal with. I mean, right there we know they can't appoint any general, for instance. So it was maybe a more balanced way of doing it. Anyway, we did say we were going to use them, so let's just put that aside, and then maybe if I play the game again, I might try... What I might try and do is tackle the event by the way it's written, and if it's like becoming, if it's too complicated to try and deal with it, then maybe look for the suggestion. Possibly something like that might be a better idea, because I think some of this stuff could have happened. But anyway, let me know your thoughts if you're watching and have a thought. Right, so we've got rebellion dice, and then attrition. We're at war. Never thought of that. We've got 4 units in our army. Oh dear, we're going to lose one. That is attrition this time, isn't it? It is, yeah. Right, so unrest, the rebellion, and this is Austria that's running the event. So they would be first. Remember, they would only roll 1 because they are the one that's playing the event. They have no unrest. Well, that's I suppose a good thing. We haven't sieged their towns yet, so that gets that out of the way. There's another rebellion Dairo to come from the event's secondary effects, though, on one of the event cards. But France is not going to pick that one, I don't think. Well, unless it rolled a 1. I think that's the only... Well, no. If it rolled a 3, it would pick our one. So yeah, there is a chance that if France go and pick the event that they don't pick their own. That's possible. Anyway, no unrest for Austria. Next in line would be us. We've no unrest either. No, we're keeping it all nice and tidy. So that's good. And then for France, they've got 2. So they're going to roll 2 dice. Let's see what they get. Oh, hang on. This is an unrest as well. That's why I don't like putting I'm going to put that off to the side, actually. Like that, because we're actually at war with that as well. They've actually got 3 then. And remember, they don't roll separately for the areas. They just roll all at once. So we'll roll all 3. But then they're never punished as much. Oh, come on. Look at that. Wow. Right, so they're going to remove 2 unrest, and the other one was a blank. What a perfect dice roll. Well, that does mean that can be removed, because remember, again, it's not an action to remove it. It's just, well, hang on, let's just see in case. Oh, flip to the page there. How about that one? No, it's not the page. No, it's I need the Rebel die roll. Let's a wee bit further back. Just to see what the words are. Remove 1 unrest. Remove 1 unrest from one town/vassal of your choice in the area you just rolled for. Yeah, so it doesn't say you have to own the province, so this can be a legal target. And remember, it says in the area, but they just roll for all their areas. So this is an R. Well, we're getting to remove 2, and that's an N and Genova. Well, Genova is the first one, so it's actually going to flip right away. And then what we got? No. This is going to be the next one alphabetically. And then the other one was a blank. How about that? Right, attrition. So Austria are not at war. Oh, France are going to suffer from this too, though. No, that's probably going to bother them too much. Austria are not at war. Sorry, I done that out of order, didn't I? It didn't matter. France should have rolled before me. Well, checked before me. I didn't even roll anyway. It should be going Austria, France, Brandenburg right now, because we're running the Austrian event. Is that right? Yes. Right, so attrition for Austria, no. For France, yes. Now, it says resolved as normal for the bot. So if I jump back to page 37. No, for page 41. There's attrition. All player realms that are at war, except you, alright, so it wouldn't have included Austria, must remove one land unit as a casualty for every 4 deployed land units that they have. So, let's have a look here. So, France are at war. Remember, they're still going to go and get Corsica. And I've got a little update on my question, but let's just get this out of the way. So, 4, 8, 12. So, they're going to lose 3 units. That's quite a bad one for them, that. You can see that, obviously, the more you've got, the worse the attrition is going to be. What was it? 3. That's 1, 2... One more, 3. And then, really kind of brutal for us. We're going to have to lose 1. We've got 4 in our army, so that's us only down to 1 infantry. So we're definitely going to have to sort our army out next, well, maybe even this round. Well, yeah, I don't know. When you've got them over there, you're paying for them in the upkeep. But then it costs you to bring them across. I suppose it'd be better waiting until the upkeep phase is passed and then bringing them across, paying for them. Then I'm missing out on upkeep, am I? Right, that's that done. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, like I say, let me know what you think about these. How these events are coming out. Some of them seem to be nice and simple and whatever. Just other ones like that just feels like, no, there could be more. But I dare say it's been taken. It's one of these things that's been taken into consideration. Right, our question. Mix came back answering. Yeah, you've got it all. Your assumption is all right. So what we're thinking is correct. He did, however, remind us that, however, if there was a ship in here, that we would have a naval battle, which we did have. I just didn't mention that in my question. He also says that if there's not a ship there, then for the army to get across here, they're going to need a ship. But I was aware of that as well. I didn't mention that we had a ship there, but so I replied with that. But good to know our thinking of it was right. So, and I even mentioned the fact that the other province was like way over the other map, and he didn't even comment on that. So I'm assuming I've got all that right. So that's good. So it is now back to France, yes. So, however, they're not just they're at war, but they need our military action to be going, getting the army stomping across there. So, their bot power is they've still got more bot power. They've got 10. Oh yeah, and Austria did not have 10 left, so just jumping back to the event here. They did this through the bot suggestion file. They did this. They do not have 10. They only had 6 left. So that was a no, so end turn, right? France are not under attack. Their army is on the map, but however they can't siege in the area they're in. So they're just going to carry on. Spent bot power is not greater than what they've got left. Do they have cards left? Yeah, so they're going to draw a card. But any kind of war or military, if they get the war in dark, that's going to trigger it's going to trigger what they are at war. This would be a military action, which is kind of what they need. Anyway, let's flip a card. Like that. That's what I mean. So there must be quite a lot of these with the war on it. So it's going to cost them 3 ball power. It's not Austria Grant, it's France. So that is them now spent 11 and they've only got 7 left. Although at the moment they're still at war. So yeah, they're more likely going to go this turn, go across into Corsica and Sardinia, land battle with Corsica. I wonder if there's a sea battle. Well, we'll just go through it, Grant. Right, I've spent the 3 military power. 3 bot power, and now we're going for a military action. So, are they at war? Yes. Select enemy. Well, we know the enemy. If army is less than 3 units, it's not. Army size greater than or equal to 2 times target strength. Well, I take it as the target strength is now just 1. Their army is still 9, so yes. Is army on the map board? Yes. Check for Mac. Mac is unlimited where they are, so that is fine. Can siege in current area? It cannot. Hostile units are area 1 to 2 spaces away, including naval bridge. Here it says, and the wee note says 5, including naval bridge. Adjust units availability and army based. An army based on Mac. I'm reading the wrong thing there, am I? I don't know what the reference to naval bridge is. I don't know if that's a mistake or something. Anyway, including naval bridge. So there's a naval bridge across, and remember the bot. Well, actually, that's a point. How many units did I say they had? 3, 6. Oh, they've got exactly 9. Yeah. So they can take up to a maximum of 9 across. So I guess that's why it's got to be 5 in the Mac. Because if it was more than 9, some of them would lie down and not be able to come across. I think that's what that's meaning. So yeah, yes, they are 1 to 2 spaces away. Move army to enemy in range. Does it trigger battle, and then do the battle, end of turn, they're going to gain a bot power. Right, so across they come. They bring the whole force across. Triggers a battle. So the bot's going to roll 1 dice. And France are going to win the battle and gain a bot power, yeah? Land battle enemies appear, player realm, no. Roll battle dice, infantry dice equal to number of hostile units, so it's just 1. And then bot as units remaining, it will have remove NPR units, resolving bot receives 1, but bot power, remove defeated armies, end the battle. Right, here we go. They miss. Right, so don't get any of France's units. France still has an army there, wins the battle, gains a bot power, still leaves them 8 against 11, so he's still got less available than spent. And yeah, that is it. I'll just leave the war marker in between actually, yeah, because they are considered a war with both of them. Right, that's our turn finished. Right, over to us. Well, we're at war as well. Now, here's the thing. Well, no, I'm running out of time though. We've obviously had the land battle too. It's just if we go and siege. Oh no! The unrest doesn't come off until. The unrest doesn't come off until the peace resolution phase, Grant. So should I put time off? Well, next turn France are going to siege. Then next turn France might well take the event. I suppose I'm just thinking France might end up taking this event, and that's the one that's got the rebel dice on it. And if I wait and not do my siege until that card's been played, I'm not going to have a roll of rebel dice. Which sounds kind of like the smart thing to do, but the other thing is, yeah, I mean, he might take, well, if he takes your event, then I'm fine with that, because I think this does nothing. Well, mind you, what would the bot suggestion file do? It might do something different. But at least we would then be able to take that leader on board. So it's maybe better waiting to do the siege. Now, I think I did want to do a trade action, so I want to do the siege. I want to do a trade action. I want to do the increase stability. That's 3 things. I was talking about my army, but I don't think that's really. I mean, development. No, I can't play that development card because I need all this administrative power. I suppose the reason I'm holding off on that was that if they happen to flip another leader, what is it? Assistant. It's not assistant, is it? Can't remember. Is it assistant? No, I don't think that's it. Whatever it is, in case we maybe get a better one of them, because I'm still going to be able to get one of the 2s. Yeah, they're like 3 and 4 cards down, so that's fine. And there's a triangle still to be played as well. So if you want to hold off on the siege and you want to hold off on doing your stability, well, the only other thing you were talking about doing was the trade then. So do we want to run a trade? The thing is, Austria might. What are Austria going to do? They're going to pass now. That's it. Yeah, I've not moved their little markers, so they've took their event. Yeah, they probably are going to pass, aren't they? So I really don't think you're going to get the chance of seeing anything else anyway. I would hold off on doing your siege then, I think, Grant. I don't think it's going to matter about the stability. Well, why don't you just do the trade anyway? If you're definitely going to do it, because you're definitely going to have this action, another action, I think you're going to have 4 actions left. Oh. There is a thought you could go and pass and gain some ducats, mind you, but... Okay, I'll do the trade then. I'll do the trade action then. Let's see how we get on. Now I will need to shuffle the deck here then. I'm assuming we just pick up the deck and shuffle it. Do I really need to go and look for that? I suppose I better, just in case. Yeah, okay, I eventually found it back in page 15 under the trade action. I was looking at under rule 12 trade, but no. It says for the trade action, reveal 3 trade cards, and it says reshuffle the discard pile if the trade deck is empty. Right. So let me do that first, and we'll draw 3 new trade cards. Right, so a nice freshly shuffled trade deck. So hopefully some of the ones we were getting at the beginning of shuffle back to the top again. Right, here we go. So we've got cloth, salt, or fish. They all sound quite basic, so maybe that's a good thing. English Channel champagne, okay. Adriatic Sea, no. Adriatic Sea. Sorry, I just had a thought there. Vienna, okay. North Sea, Genoa, Sevilla. No, so I think it's Vienna or Champagne. Yeah, my thought was, I'm not sure I mentioned this. Mix made a comment to my secondary trade question regarding the bot, and it was a good point he made, but I did consider this and was aware of it, that it says that for a secondary trade node, we've not got any there unfortunately to look at, that although I think he didn't seem to think that and disagree the fact that the bot shouldn't benefit from that secondary trade node because it says no other player can benefit. He did sort of mention, and I'm pretty sure I took that on board, was the fact that the secondary trade node is in sort of brackets underneath, whereas if they can trade in the primary trade node of that secondary trade node, they would have. But it was away, and I think it was on another map, the one that was there. I remember looking at it, and I'm sure I remember talking about the fact that they could benefit from that, but it was not any good. But it was a good point to have brought up anyway. Okay, so Champagne. Oh, there's Lorraine, look. Did we get it? No, we're allied with it. Genève, Savoy. Yeah, that's French, isn't it? Vienna. None of them are ringing a bell either. Well, this one's going to give us 5, I suppose. So, right, well, we don't... Oh, we've already done a trade. Go away. In the Lubeck. Right, wasn't that aware of that one. Right, so, yeah, I can move my merchant though, can't I? Yeah, because I think we moved the merchant up to Lubeck. Right, option, move one of your white ships. On one of your real cards, select a trade node where you're eligible to trade. If a ship was moved, select an available upright merchant, and if not already there, move it to the trade node, calculate trade power, Yeah, okay. So as long as we can still trade in Champagne, we need to have a link back to our capital via influence in there, towns in there, towns in there. Yeah, so we do have a link back. So I'm going to take the one from Vienna, actually, I think. Because I suppose Saxony is the one that we could benefit the most from if the bot did manage. I don't think the bots are going to trade, though. So I'm going to put them there. We do just have the 1 power in the merchant himself. So it is only going to give us the 5 ducats. And I think, no, not quite, but I tell you what, he's close. Because France are going to get two bot power from this one as well. Oh, actually, so are Austria. Well, that's interesting then. That means Austria are back in the game. Yeah, I always forget. It's when I'm doing it I realise that, that gives them bot power. So if I didn't take Champagne, if I don't want this to happen, I took Vienna. And I wouldn't need to have moved that merchant, then only Austria would benefit. It's just, Austria are on 6 spent over 8, so if they get 2 bot power here, they're going to have another turn. Which, no, you can't stop that if you take Vienna, unless you don't take any of them. Well, no, Vienna does give me 4. That would stop France from getting bot power. Am I not better maybe just doing that and losing that 1 ducat? Because both Austria and France are going to benefit from this one. Because Austria have this town here. And I think I'm all about thinking about the bot taking on our turn is a good thing. But remember, it's probably not. The more turns that they have, the worse it is for me. And the more bot power they have, the worse it is, I would think. So, but I can't stop, unless I don't take any of the trade nodes, like I say, which I think's silly to take just 2 ducats. But I wouldn't mind just maybe taking 4 ducats and losing that 1 if it was more beneficial. I actually think it might be. So Austria's going to have another turn though. Okay. Right, I'm going to change my mind on that and I'm going to leave that guy in Vienna. We're going to trade in Vienna then. So that was assault. Which, again, we've only got 1 bot power. So it gives us 4 ducats instead of the 5 we were getting. Shouldn't you check the other areas just in case? Salzburg, that rings a bell as being not ours. Yeah, Salzburg's in there. It's still an MPR actually. Vienna, we know where that is. Regensburg and Pest. Pest's across here. Regensburg. There, it's there. So it's Austrian as well. So yeah, we don't own any. Right, I will do that one and we'll stop France from getting any bot power back. It was 2 that they get, wasn't it? Back to the bot rules under trade. And relative to trade nodes, all bots gain 2 for main map nodes. Yeah. Okay. So we gain 4 ducats and they gain 2 bot power. 2, 3, 4. Not the best to gain, but I think we got 5 the last time. And I suppose we should have had 5 there, but we're just trying to play a bit more cagey. Right, and they gain 2 more bot power, but that does mean that they're not going to pass now, I believe. 8 against 8. Okay, that's our turn. Well, I suppose there is a chance now of another. No. They've took their event, so no. There is a chance of maybe an administrative card getting flipped that might have a better assistant. It's not assistant. What the hell is that? Advisor. That's it. Right. Okay, where are we at? 39 minutes. Oh, I thought it was longer than that. Okay, let's move on then, because Austria are still in the game. that was you. You took your trade action, got your money, waged a merchant then. Yeah. So they're not under attack, their army is on the map, can't siege. Spent bot power is not greater than what they've got left. It's 8 and 8. So do they have bot cards left? They do indeed. So we'd kind of like to see an administrative card discarded here. So here we go. We're not getting that. Ooh, military. Right. So more military actions. Right, so military for Austria this time. Are they at war? No. Have they got a claim? We've got a claim down here, number 5. Claim 1 there. Claim 4 and there. Ooh. That's against us. Well, you said you wanted to go to war with them. Well, not right now. I've got a measly army of 3 units. Oh dear. Right, so they do have a claim, or 2, or 3, well 3. So, not so sure we do want them against us. So, the 4 is on us, the 1 is in Bavaria and Swabia. The 4's there, the 1's there, and the 5 is down here in Dalmatia. Is that it? Yeah. The other 2s are cores. Yeah, so a 1, a 4, or a 5 is gonna be a result for them. A 2. Okay. So does the roll match on a non-colonial claim? It does not. So then the battlegroundsy things, or power struggle, or whatever it is. Power struggle, I think that is. Not playing with. Let me just double check. 1, 4 and 5 it was, yeah. Claim 2 is not out there. No. Right, so none of that. No marriages on the other side. Go to military chart. Roll for target if an NPR places a claim. Okay. So, military chart for Austria. Military chart for Austria bot. Oops. Let's roll. A 1. Maybe keep that close by. Probably going to go elsewhere. Owner of Brescia. No, I have no idea what that one is. This is the one I could go across the computer and type that in. Is it raining again? I've not had the dogs out yet. I was hoping to just get this part in first. Now it's started raining. Brescia. Right, hang on. I think it's probably quicker going and typing it in. Right, it's just up from Genova. What's we doing here? Is that in there? Yes, Brescia. So, well, yeah, it can target that. Here we go. Here's the guy's point about we've put all that influence in there. They're going to declare war there, and they're going to have to remove all that influence. So there you go. It can go that way because the bots don't take this into consideration. You know, if this was a more detailed bot system, it maybe would. It would maybe intervene there and say, you know, if there's more than one influence in the area or something like that, maybe roll again. But, you know, maybe something like that rather than having all that wasted. But doesn't deal with that. So there you go. His point is proven there that can happen. So yeah, the owner of Brescia. Well, the owner of Brescia is Brescia. Yeah? So, but that is going to be their target. It is an NPR, so they're going to place a claim. I wonder what happens when they run out of claims. Because remember, they use 2 of them for their... mind you, still got 2 more now. It's probably unlikely, isn't it? I know, they've got 6 in total, and then the 2 that they use for their cores. So I've got claim 3 here. It's going on Brescia. That's fine. So its target is Brescia at the moment, but then if it things move on to another turn, then that claim's just going to be considered to be in the area, like was strained out to me by Martin. So target is an opponent. No. Target is eligible. Well, here we go. Maybe this does cover it. You know what? It's going to roll again. Haha. Just what I said. Target is eligible, which it is, but has less than 4 influence cubes in target's area if it's an NPR. Mind you, it's only saying less than 4. Well, less than 4, so it needs to be like 3. Now, hang on. Bot has less than 4 influence in target's area. Yeah, I guess it's just not wanting to waste it if it's like got 4 or 5 influence. Well, it does not have less than 4 influence here. So, now... Wait, hang on here then. Does the claim get left there? Well, I don't know. Because we went to the military chart, we rolled for a target, we found an NPR, we placed a claim. It then moves on to another box, target is an opponent. No, then moves on to this box that we're at. Target is eligible, yes, and bot is less than 4 influence in target's area if it's an NPR. No. So then takes us back to the go to military chart, roll for target. It doesn't talk about what happens with this claim. I mean, may well just get left. It feels like it's not done anything and maybe the claim wouldn't get placed. More questions. I mean, I really don't think I'm going to find the answer to that one in the rules here. Because this is just a bot thing. It's in that flowchart, but it doesn't say, you know, remove the claim and roll again. It could be one of those ones you would think common sense would say to not place this claim and re-roll. It's not really how it words it, but I think I'm going to ask, I'm afraid. Well, okay, I did go and ask a question. So what I'll do is I'll leave this claim sitting just now. Yeah, because I've got other claims there, and we do need to go back to military target chart and re-roll this. So it's funny, I was talking about the fact they had all that influence, and you know, maybe something would be better to say, but there it is. It does have it covered a little, but it's sort of going in between. I mean, if it had 3 influence there, it would have carried on, and the 3 influence would get lost, wouldn't they? But I suppose it's a sort of balance in between, isn't it? I would maybe have thought greater than 3 would have been. Oh, sorry, less than 3. I mean, anyway, I'm sure. Like I say, it's not me that went through any testing of these things. So now, right, hang on. When we go back here, now this doesn't tell you to re-roll if you get a new target. So it's not that we carry on from here and go down. I think we start this one again because it's just taking us back to the chart. So I'm going to do it that way. It probably doesn't make a hell of a lot of odds, but right, I'm going to just come and roll this down here. I feel like it's... Oh, one again. Right, well that's going to be only a Brescia again. So... well, we can't. We've got a claim in there. Well, or do we? There's no point going through that again, Grant, is there? So let's just move on. Owner Brescia is not a valid target. Let's roll on from Owner Brescia then, will we? Or should we re-roll from the beginning? No, I just roll from Owner Brescia, right? I rolled a 3 this time, so what we got this time? Owner of Franche-Comté, well that's going to be France. It is indeed. Well, that is a valid target. So the owner of Franche-Comté is France. Okay. So we won't be putting a claim in there anyway, because it's not an NPR. It says go to military attack. Right, target is an opponent. Yes. Has casus belli. No, I don't think so. There's no claim anyway, but I think I'll get around to maybe placing one. Should just double check casus belli. I think the last time I went and looked there though, it's really unlikely to find something else. A claim, a call to arms, a general CB, an event, disputed success, an excommunication, holy war. Yeah, I mean, period of liberation, the emperor has a permanent CB against any realm with their capital located outside the HRE. Oh, in period of liberation, HRE only, the emperor has a permanent CB against any realm with their capital located outside the HRE, which is true of France, that controls provinces or has vassals located inside the HRE. Well, Franche-Comté, sorry, that was on the other side, that's a core token, isn't it? Yeah, Franche-Comté just as well. I did go and look at that CB then. Franche-Comté is inside the HRE, so is Savoy. And it had to own... just went away for the page. What was it, 22? Against any realm with their capital located outside the HRE that controls provinces or has vassals located inside the HRE. Well, there we go. So they do have a CB against them. Yeah, I mean these are definitely inside. I mean this whole area is not, but these are clearly split up there for a reason. I mean, if it wasn't the case, then surely the line would go around there, and not contain that one, same as here. And then it's the same thing you've got up in Jutland there, where they've got that one that sticks out. Also the same here. This one's not in the HRE, the rest are. Well, hang on, they left the HRE anyway, didn't they? So that does give them a casus belli then. So yes is the answer to that. Target is eligible. Yes. And bought as less than 4 infants, but that's just if it's an NPR. So target is eligible. I believe so. There's no truces, there's no, nobody's passed. There's got to be one. That's on page 22 as well. It's not an ally, it's not a truce, not a player around that's passed. Not an interregnum, no. All these things are fine, I think. Right, let me just pause a second because I have got a response to that question, just in case something stops me in my tracks for doing what we're doing. I don't think it should, but hang on. Okay, Max replied that the claim is only placed if the target is valid and war is declared. So this comes away. I've replied with that's not clear in the flowchart to me. However, it's maybe clear to the people that play this game that it needs to be a valid target. I don't know. I get the feeling he's going to come back and say something that might sort of back that up a bit more from a real player's point of view. Right, sorry, I was interrupted there. So I took the claim away? Yeah, that's where we're at. We're trying to work out this, aren't we? Yeah, to be honest, Max did come back. He says he actually admits that it's not that clear in the flow chart, but it was confirmed. So fair enough. That's good. That it's not just me that's sort of missing things that I should understand. It was confirmed that it does need to be a legitimate target. Needs to be able to go at war. If not, you wouldn't be putting that NPR, the claim on that NPR. what he also commented on, I mentioned, if you remember, I hadn't mentioned the fact we had a ship here when this battle occurred. Now, what he's also reminded me, and yeah, I do recall reading this. If I go to MC, you know what? I'm not gonna try and look for it. But what he says was, when we first had this land battle in Genova, that this one strength, the Corsica unit, would not be able to assist because there's a hostile ship in the sea zone. So if that ship being there stops that from helping out, that makes sense. So they would have only had a strength of 2 rather than the 3 that I gave them at that point. So what I'm going to do is give France, because I want to say that they rolled 3 dice and got 2 hits. So I'm going to give them one of their army back, because they should have only been rolling 2 dice. Well, unless I re-roll the 2 dice. I mean, they could have still got a 2 result. Well, I roll the dice again. Let's re-roll it then. So let me take the 2 back. It could end up being even better for them, mind you, if we roll nothing. Yeah, let's re-roll that then. So I'm going to roll 2 dice for them. And so they could still end up with a 2 result, but they could end up with a 0 result here. But it's only fair, right enough, because they should not have been rolling 3 dice. Right, well, they had 2 units, so they still got a 2 result. There we go. So I didn't need to alter them at all then. Well, that keeps it fair. I think that was right. And yeah, I do remember reading a bit about that, so I'm glad they mentioned that though, because I wouldn't have clicked it. But all these little things to catch out, but it makes sense. You know, it makes sense. This unit can't help because of a hostile ship. Yeah. It can't add towards the military. It's in the bit that talks about military capacity, I think. Okay, so where am I now? I'm totally lost. Austria, going to war with France, I think. Yeah, well, so remove the claim, okay, and we're on the military action. We've selected the owner of Franche-Comté, which is France. We fortunately went and looked to see if it might have had a casus belli. I wasn't going to at first. Found out that because this is in the HRE, and France capital is not in the HRE, then that counts as a casus belli. So yes, target is eligible. Yes. Yeah, and I was checking on the reasons that it might not be eligible. So this is Austria deciding if they're going to war against France. Target strength is greater than or equal to 2 times bot strength. Well, no. I mean, their armies are... Now, hang on. Target strength. Yeah, that's deployed and available. And bot strength is deployed and available as well, isn't it? Yeah, so they're not... I mean, I think they've got more, haven't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, but this is not 2 times the bot strength. So, no. So they are going to declare war on the target. They're going to spend 1 bot power to recruit up to 9 units. So Austria go to war against France. So all we do here is put that on Paris, I believe. You know, although the target there was Franche-Comté, it was just the owner of Franche-Comté. So, and then they're going to spend 1 bot power and recruit 9 of the units, so they're going to end up with 11 units in their army. Right, okay, that's their army got a strength of 11 now. Bot has NPR allies with 2+ influence adjacent to the target. The only allies that the Austria bot has is Bohemia. So no. And he's no influence in there. So that's a no. And then targets may send defensive quality arms, MPRs always do. Well, the bot does not have, the French bot does not have any allies. So no, that's fine. We remove all bots' influence for all of target's areas, so any influence, well. Yeah, I think this is classed as a French area, isn't it? I mean, although it's just occupying it. So that looks like that influence is going to disappear. Remove all bots' influence from all of target's areas. And I would say this is their area. Even though they don't own this yet. Right, hang on then, Grant. Don't they need to own it for that to be part of their realm? Here we go again, finding out what ownership means. Own. When the rules refer to ownership of provinces, they mean provinces where you have a town and where there is no occupied token on the same province. So they don't own it. I know that. Control or occupied. Provinces are controlled by their lawful owners unless they are occupied by rebels or enemies, in which case they're controlled by the occupant. So they do control that, Genova, but they don't own it. It's kind of new. So what was the question though? The question is, remove all bots' influence from all of target's areas. Areas are considered adjacent to all other areas. No, that's just looking for adjacency. Did I not ask this question before? I think I did. And I can't remember what the outcome was. Anyway, their influence elsewhere is alright. This is in a different area, so that's fine. It is just this. I think if I look back on some of my questions, I might find this asked already. I'm sure we had this situation. I mean, it wasn't about removing influence, I don't think. It was just to decide if this area is part of, basically, if this area is part of France's realm. And I think I've asked that question somewhere. So what I'm going to do is, that's a stupid place to stop though, Grant. Well, hang on. Well, I don't need to stop. Let me try and find, because I just want to wrap this video up. This influence might be getting removed. I'm not sure. What would that sway towards? I don't know, actually. I don't know if this is classed as their realm or not. I'm not sure. So anyway, that influence might be there, it might not, but we can move on. Does the declaration of war trigger naval battles? I don't think so. No. Just looking down here, I mean, they have a ship there, but no French port, and then this is a different sea zone. So French have a ship there, and then it doesn't, fortunately. So that we can skip by that. But does the declaration of war trigger land battles? No. Is the army size greater than 2 times equal to the target strength? No. Has it got 4 more block power left and more manpower? Well, it does. I mean, that's all it's asking, Grant. It's not going to achieve the 2 times. Well, hang on. Army size greater than target strength. Target strength is including the manpower reserve, remember. So, it does have 4 block power left and more manpower. So it's going to spend 2 more block power. And recruit the other 2 units. It's still not going to have 2 times. Well, that's however. So it's done that, and then it goes back and asks that question, doesn't it? Army size greater than 2 times target strength? No. Has it got 4 block power left and more manpower? No. Armies on the map board? Yes. Check for Mac. Mac is unlimited where it is, so it's fine. Can siege in current area? No. Hostile units or areas 1 to 2 spaces away? Yes. Right, okay. We are actually going to have a land battle here and whatever, so I think I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to place a grey cube. A grey cube? Why a grey cube? Because it was lying there. Yeah, let's not do a grey cube. That might totally confuse you, Grant. Get an Austrian white cube. And we're on the step in the flow chart, in the military action flow chart, that says hostile units or area 1 to 2 spaces away. And it is, because it can go into, what's that area? Seine, or Burgundy. Yeah, it's just the 2 areas, mind you. And yeah, I mean, I could carry on and find that out. It's just that the battle's going to take a bit, isn't it? Okay, right. And what I think I need to find out also is if this influence gets removed or not. So I know it's a crappy place to finish, but if I'd known we were going to go into a war against France right there, I wouldn't have started Austria's turn, because it was creeping up on the hour as we were getting there. And I do need to take a break now and get the dogs out. So I will be back later and hopefully with the answer to this question. And yeah, we might have... this might be the chance for us now maybe to consider going for Jutland maybe, while France and Austria are occupied with each other. Anyway, we shall see. Okay, I'll be back later on. Cheers.